E3, E3, E3. No, it didn't just appear. It's almost been and gone. Can you believe it? It almost crept upon us out of nowhere. This year I was going to try and cover E3 really in depth, but come the weekend I suddenly realised, wow, it's here, and luckily I caught the Microsoft press conference live and watched it through. But watching E3 this year, I think much of the spectacle of E3 is actually being there and taking part in the live audience. Watching from a distance isn't giving you the real E3 experience. This year we have seen big stage performances, interactive, involving experiences, and I'm sure that if you were actually there in the audience, that would be a most memorable moment that would live with you forever. And I'm sure you would not forget some of these. And talking about things that you won't forget, let's start with something from Sony's E3 press conference. This is steamy, provocative, and ends in a good old throat stabbing. Not for younger viewers.
Such a dick. Come on. Why don't you start with me? Okay, I have a very serious question for you. How bad do I smell? Like a hot pile of garbage? Oh, okay. Oh, how about that? Gross. You love it. Every guy in this room is staring at you right now. Maybe they're staring at you. Or not. Maybe they're jealous of you. I'm just a girl, not a threat. Oh, Ellie. I think they should be terrified.
Now, if that didn't get your pulse racing, you need to check that you've actually got one. So E3 is absolutely massive. There is many different conferences from many of the big players and different vendors, and there's basically too much to cover. But speaking to a lot of you out there and people very local and dear to me, I understand there are a lot of you completely missed E3 this time round. And the idea of tonight's video is that I'm going to quickly cover what's caught my eye. Now, I am not Sony racist. I am not against Sony or the PlayStation 4, but I have always been firmly in the Microsoft camp. And I'm not really going to cover the PS4 conference as such, but I will mention some of the games that have definitely caught my eye. But starting with the Microsoft and the Xbox conference, the reason this gains so much interest from myself is that these days the Xbox and the PC are cross-platform. So not all the games, some of them are going to be console exclusive, but a lot of the games coming out now, what's on for console Xbox is going to be also for PC. Now, Microsoft conference is a very traditional conference, and I like its style, to be honest. You know exactly what you're going to get. Obviously, the surprises all along the way, but it's a good format, and it's a gaming conference format, and it's something that you feel like you can be involved in at home. We're going to start out with a very quick flash in the pan. Look out at Fallout 76. Obviously, this is the latest title in the Fallout franchise, and it's going to be 4 times bigger than the last Fallout game, Fallout 4. Now, if Fallout, the previous version, wasn't big enough, this is 4 times bigger. There's a lot more to it this time in this prequel version, and watching the Bethesda conference, I've learnt a whole lot much more about it, and found out that basically this time around it's always online, but they've done it in such a way that you can still play as a single player campaign, but if you do want to play with your friends and other people within the Fallout world, it's not going to be thousands. Obviously there's an apocalypse just happened, but there are going to be a handful of players in the world around you that you could interact with, you could team up with, or therefore it's an apocalypse time may be against you. That's certainly caught my eye and something I'm interested in, but is it one of those games that you're going to invest your life into it? I'm not sure at 4 times bigger I'm actually going to be able to get to even play that, as I'm a very casual PC gamer currently. Moving on, something else that caught my eye, Forza Horizon 4, which in this time round is going to be set in the UK and has major seasons coming to the title. We see spring, winter and autumn. Obviously Forza Horizon looks good, sounds good, but this is the arcadey smash through fences, race Lamborghinis with Range Rovers. It's just crazy and mad, and I really wish I could get into and like and love this game, but I like my Project Cars 2, I like my racing games with physics, I like it to be professional, I like it to feel like I'm driving a real car, and my biggest issue with Forza Horizon is it's just a DOS, a mess about, it's not real. And as much as I want to enjoy it and love it, I just end up crashing through fences, jumping over cars. For me, it gets too silly. I can't play it. But that's not to say it's not a damn good game. And for all of you out there still in the Forza world, you've definitely got to take a look at this and possibly pick this up. While we're in the Microsoft press conference, there's another Tomb Raider on the horizon. I've still not picked up the previous Tomb Raider yet. Been waiting till that still drops further in price. I do enjoy the Tomb Raider games, but I'm in no rush to nip out and get them until they are at a bargain price. But the new Shadow of the Tomb Raider looks very promising, I must say. May go and get this game, who knows. Gears 5. Like, oh my god. Gears of War, a franchise that's been around for a long time. Obviously you've got your single player campaign, and it is big online. You have your esports, there's always additional content. Gears of War 4 constantly being updated. But for me, Gears has always been about the single player and the single player or mission or story mode in co-op. And Gears of War 4, back to when I first played it in DirectX 12, was for me the best looking PC game I had played at that time, and I am absolutely pumped and excited for Gears 5. Without a doubt, whatever it is, however it comes out, I will be playing Gears 5. Now, something we're going to take a quick look at and coming up is Cyberpunk 2077. This is a game that's been a long time in the making, and the whole genre has a real interest from myself at the minute. I've been watching Altered Carbon on Netflix, and obviously the steampunk genre, sort of gritty underworld, cyber apocalyptic times, all tie into this game, and it looks really, really promising. But again, my fear for myself is that this is a GTA sized sort of game that's going to take hundreds and hundreds of hours of gameplay, and I know for a lot of you out there that absolutely love hardcore gaming and love your games, this will be absolutely fantastic and you will absolutely relish in it. But for someone like me who's a bit more casual, a bit less of the gaming time on my side, it sort of puts me into that, if I got it, am I going to get the time to play it? But certainly from the trailer, from what I've seen, this has me excited, and I definitely am going to be looking into this just a bit deeper. The Ubisoft conference was one that I always watch, and to be honest, it was a little strange this year, kicking off with a giant dancing panda and street dancing that slowly worked its way through the street into the studio and onto the stage, obviously advertising Just Dance. But this channel is not really interested in something like Just Dance, and something from the Ubisoft conference that maybe you have probably already heard of or played, some of you know, but for me, someone who's never played it, but I already just like the look of this game. Again, I don't know if this one's going to be hundreds and hundreds of hours, you know, a really open universe and in-depth game, but just from this trailer, I am caught. We saw it at E3 last year, and obviously I am talking about Beyond Good and Evil 2. This is something I'm definitely, again, going to keep my eye on, and let's just watch the trailer.
Cook, do you hear me?
Roger, Uma.
Half the crew is dead drunk in my sick bay after eating your miraculous space chili. Any thoughts?
Well, I have no idea what you mean. Our food is healthy and invigorating.
Captain to crew, dead monkey in the crow's
Nest. I repeat, monkey down.
else space chili strikes again.
Copy that, Captain. Hey, Paige, bet we could use your space chili to overclock our engines.
Negativo, mi amor. Only you can melt my circuits.
Keep laughing, fools. The key ingredient to good cooking is love.
What?
Engineering to officers, we are dead in the water. I repeat.
Main engines are cursed! Knox, come in. What have we got on the scanners?
Jack shit. Nada. Hey, wait. I see something. 3 o'clock starboard. It's massive. Like, get back here, Shani. Hold off!
Lock down the bacon.
Give me auxiliary engines, deploy shields and bring up out now! Brace yourselves!
gods protect us.
Jade.
Another part of the Ubisoft conference, and something that I was pretty much surprised by, was Trials Rising. I did not know how massive the community was behind it, how YouTubers have got aboard and helped develop the game. If you want further information on this, do watch the Ubisoft conference on one of the major gaming channels. But this, I mean, I've always liked Trials games and bikes games. I've done it on like a lot of the tablet platforms on phones and that, but I actually saw this game, one of the earlier games on Daria Breen's Go 8-bit, and at the time thought, oh, you know, I've passed over and not come over this. Trials Rising looks fantastic, looks like a game that I'm quite happy to sit in the sofa with a pad in my hand and kick back and play. Let's just have a quick look at this. Before we do, I believe the skill level on the harder levels is extremely difficult. This is a game that you have to master, and it seems like a lot of people out there already have done, and some really hardcore players. Let's just have a look at Trials Rising. Bethesda. It's a name that we all know and love. Voted as the #1 gaming company currently in the console PC gaming market. the games that they've brought out and the hours that I have enjoyed from them. And I've got to be honest, after last year's show, I thought this was a little disappointing. It started out with high hopes, showing the cultural diversity behind the teams, the creators, everybody involved at Bethesda on how they build and make the games and all come together as one to deliver the content to you. But then it moved into a theatre, and in my opinion it sort of fell a bit flat. Now, two things that really caught my eye. It was a very short teaser trailer of Doom Eternal. Doom, a franchise that's been rebooted so many times over so many years, and I do hold and do own the new Doom, and I've still yet to play it. I've blasted through little bits of it, and I've done some bits for other videos I've done some time ago, but I've still yet to get down and play it. I really need to become a full-time YouTuber and have this as my job, to start playing all these fantastic games that I have. Time is such limited, but Doom Eternal, we'll take a look at the trailer. It's very short, but I'm definitely going to get and grab hold of it at some point in the future.
You can start the show.
The Wolfenstein franchise, again another one that's been going for years and has had many reboots, and just after we had Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus last year, a fantastic game, again one that I'm going to still need to get hold of and play. I still need to play all the previous Wolfenstein titles that I own, but this time round they've done a new game called Wolfenstein 2 The Youngblood. Wolfenstein The Youngblood sees your twin daughters as they're growing up in the Nazi world. Based, I think, around the 1980s of the Nazi world genre. We don't get much more information than that. And to be honest, I don't know whether playing as a hardened chick in the Wolfenstein universe is something I'm really feeling like right now. Obviously they're both twin sisters and it's now the girl power. Obviously these days gaming genre has been opened up wide, massive, and it's not just lads, it's the ladies that are playing and have been doing for some time. And with the other consoles and that pushing a lot of titles where the leads are female characters, perhaps they're looking to move, towards that side, so it's pulling a few hardcore chicks. Again, myself personally, I don't know how I'm feeling about playing the game as that, but I'm sure as we get more details, it will be absolutely fucking fantastic. And a lot of the games that we've seen and mentioned tonight are on the cusp of late 2018 or even 2019, or could even be delayed to late 2019. That's been very much a lot of the stuff at the E3 conference this year is stuff that's coming later on. And also I would be keeping your eye out for, towards the end of this year, moving into next year, the talk of next generation consoles, both from PlayStation and maybe Microsoft a little bit later on, but certainly as they've moved into a more PC orientated form, graphically or graphics updates are what's going to be pushing stuff forward. And with the later processors from AMD and Intel coming out with multi-cores, a lot of multi-cores, a lot of threads, perhaps newer consoles will get an even better processor kick upgrade. Certainly that bunch with newer graphics could push the consoles to a true 4K 60 frames per second per side. A lot of the titles only push 30 frames per second. This has been a very, very brief look at E3. There is just too much to cover, and with so much other shit going on in the world World Cup, Le Mans, other stuff going on, I just wanted to really look at E3, and we've looked at it. I'm going to park it here. Please go and watch the full conferences if you want more information, or still watch the coverage from E3 that is still going on right now. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video and the short looks of my picks of what I've picked out. And as I said earlier, I'm not against the PS4 or anything like that. I just don't own one, and I'm very much in the PC, Microsoft, Xbox camp. So I'm not a PlayStation 4 racist. It's just I don't own one. So I'm not going to cover in depth as what I don't own. But I've got to be honest, with the titles and the exclusives that are on it, I have been tempted a couple of times to invest. Maybe if this channel ever takes off and we ever go any further, I'll certainly put the investment from that into it, and I'll certainly have more time to game or bring more stuff like in the future. But who knows, we can't predict the future. We're in the here and now. This is me saying thank you very much for watching, signing out from E3.